Hello guys, welcome back to TAF Team Esports. So today we're going to discuss some tips on how to clear the Thor Volcano. Okay, so as we know, the recent update, DOT has been nerfed. So it is from 5% of the max HP of the mob to 1%. So now we can't solely rely on the DOT itself, but we need to rely on our equip and BP. Okay, so before we start, please subscribe to our channel, as well as join the group of TAF Team Esports for this RO Labyrinth. Okay, so first thing, one of the basic tip is to hire companions. So here you can see we can hire 4 jobs. Previously on the last update, prior to the update, we are getting assassins, right? This is our priority because of the DOT. So even though we don't have enough BP, we can clear the stages. However, now for the Thor Volcano and the Vein maps, it is harder now. So what should be our goal in the Sharevice? So we can have an alternative of the Sharevice instead of assassins, since we will rely on the DPS of our main character. So we can hire professors or sages. Okay, the reason of that is because sages provide, we'll check here. Sages provide this kind of skill, which is striking. So it amps up your attack and crit rate. So at level 1 it is plus 55 and plus 15% of the damage. However, if that's on your service, then it's probably higher. Okay, so another one is for the paladins. So another buff that will amp your attack is this one. It's inspiration. It's plus 15% as well, and you can use this one, the battle chant. So you can hire paladins with this kind of skill. So that's overall damage increase rate for all allies. Okay, so another one is the one with the sacrifice. So let's check. Where is it? This one. So this buff will allow you to have higher sustain for the maps because of the absorb ally damage. So the tank can soak up all the damage first before your DPS characters will die. Okay, but this is a double-edged sword, because if you have multiple allies with low BP, then it can still get wiped out. Okay, so that's the alternative for the Sharevice. Instead of hiring assassins with poison daggers, you can use those one. Okay, the professor, the paladin, that's another alternative. And also you can use what do you call this? You can use the clown. So clown, it provides attack speed. So it's good. So, and also add elemental damage resist for higher sustain. You can also use this one. So you can use Professor Paladin, then 2 assassins. Okay. So next tip is for the cards. So as we know, we need higher DPS in clearing the maps, because I think you can only have at least 90 seconds to clear, or no, 50 seconds to clear the mob or the boss. So I'll provide an alternative for the cards. So first, we can go to the weapon. So in the weapon, if you have this card, maybe it will help you clear. So one card is the Flora card. large monster damage increase. You can have this as multiplier of your damage. This can be used for large monsters. So not all of the maps have large monsters. Let's check. So for vein like this, it's small. I think for vein it does only the flora is large, and here the last two. So you can have that. So for Casa, it is also viable. Okay, so Flora and Casa. So it multiplies your damage. Next one is the Drake card. So this one, boss monster damage increase. It will help you have the damage you need in clearing these contents. Okay, so if you don't have those cards, you can always use Wolf card for damage. Also, I think maybe Goblin is also viable if you have this one. General monster damage increase, or the Desert Wolf. So for me, I think it's ideal to use these cards because these cards are multipliers of your damage. Okay, so maybe it will help you get the damage you need in clearing the content. Next one is the Skeleton card. So this one, it provides you the damage and also the stun rate. So the stun rate, I think it will be stunned for at least 1 second, depending on if it procs. Okay. So the boss can't use any skill or attack. So leaving your Sharevice or your assassins alive, which can deal at least the poison you need. Okay. So this one, the Skeleton card, it's good because it has the attack percentage. Another one is the Plankton card, which is sleep. The same logic as the stun, but this one has defense decrease. So if you have these cards, you can probably test them and use them. Okay. Okay, so next one is the rings. So this one, the Infinite Osiris, you can get it in the Infinite when you get the top one. So it has attack percent. So this is the most used card in rings rather than Chon Chon for DPS. Okay. Next, for the Mantu, because in order for you to provide to get the DPS needed in clearing, you would need the attack speed, and if you have the attack speed, it also goes with proportional to the flee rate. So you can use Condor card for flee for more sustain, so you can tank or be the frontliner of your service. Okay, so flee. Then the last one I would recommend is the Drain Liar card. So previously we don't need this card anymore because of the DOT, so we can kill the mob, but now I think it is needed again for you to be able to sustain. So Drain Liar card cast Drain Life, which is 100% of your attack and 150% of your magic attack. So only one card is needed because it will proc at around every 20 seconds, so at least 3 times on your mob, on your boss battle. Okay, so having 2 of this is no good because it will only proc once for the card. Okay, so next is the element stones. This one I think not everybody knows this, so let's test on the Kokomo Beach. Okay, so I would recommend changing your the stones or the element stones of your armor for more sustain. So you can check on the elements of each map, then you can click the element, then you will see these element details. So on the left side, that's the weapon, so it means if you use water against fire element, then you have that boost. while the right one provides the multiplier for the armor. Okay, so you can see fire, for example fire, because almost all of the mobs in Thor is fire. So fire, you can see you have two elements here for the inferior, right? So what's the difference? So let's check. So for example, right now my armor is fire, so this one is okay. So let's test this. So in crab, the element is water. Okay, so when I attack, my weapon here is now at water type. So when I attack at for water, it has the 15% reduction, right? Can you see that? While for fire, it only provides 5%. Okay, so which means if water type and you use water element as well, that gives you the boost of the 15% reduction. Okay, so it also applies in Thor. So if you have a fire element, you need fire element armor again for that boost in defense. So let's go to Thor because my armor is fire. You can see that minus 15% damage. Okay, so rather than equipping water element on the armor, go for fire. Okay, so next is the trans gear. So you really need this one for the trans. So as of the moment, I am trans 8 for my Alka. So it provides the decent DPS I need to clear. Actually, I cleared the Thor Volcano content using Alka 7, but this time you need to at least get to trans 7 if you're Lord Knight, so you can have that DPS. Also, I've tried using this one, the Death Guidance, but the DPS of the Alka is higher now because of the 1%. Previously, the 5% is really that much damage. The damage is so much indifference. But as of the moment, for the 1%, I think we would go for the Alka Bringer instead. Okay, the next tip is the buff. So here you have a new buff from the event. So you have this def. You can use this one if you're not if you're not going to create the pet or the craft the pet. So you can use this one to help you clear Thor. So use all buffs, the concentration, the crit rate, and every buff that you can use in clearing. This will help you a lot. Okay, so next tip is the clone. So as I've said before, the clone system provides you can hire your alternate characters without the BP restriction. On my end, I just have the level 44 dancer for buff. Okay, so it's just my buffer, but if you have the assassin with poison dagger, it would help a lot. Okay, so those are the tips for the Thor hammer for the Thor Volcano content. So what's the benefit of clearing the content right away? So one benefit is the new dispatch maps. So for Vayne, I think it provides you 420 dried leaves. So it will help you create faster star crumbs, as well as this one, the exchange coin. So the exchange coin, you need to buy. I think these ones are not craftable, because in checking the synergy, I think they are not here. So you need to buy this type of companion, the one with the logo of the exchange coin. So my understanding is these exchange coins, you can dispatch every time it is on cooldown. So it doesn't have the same as the ROP, which you have only one time or twice a day. So this one, you can reroll every time you can dispatch. Okay, so that exchange coin will help you create rare non-craftable gears. Okay, so you can get them here. So for 500, of course, you will need to pay in getting those type of companions, but I think it's worth it. Okay, so that's the content now for the tips on clearing the Thor content. So hopefully this helps you, or some tips will help you along the way if you haven't know them yet. So there you go, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, as well as join the group of Labyrinth in Facebook. Okay, thanks guys.